When we talk about the simple factors that are needed for one to be saved and become a Christian or a follower of Jesus Christ, we turn to Ephesians chapter 2. Good morning. I'm Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Tuesday. When Paul wrote to the church at Ephesus, he was probably clearing up some misconceptions there they had about what it takes to become a follower of Jesus Christ, or what it takes to be saved and to know that you have eternal life after this life is over. Well, yesterday we discussed the need of God's grace along with our faith in order to be saved. Today we're going to look at that disclaimer he mentions in verse 9. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. Now, surely no one is going to brag about how they have worked and obtained heaven by their own works. In Matthew chapter 19, there's a man who came to Jesus. We like to call him the rich young ruler. And he came to Jesus asking this question, "Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?" Notice his focus was, what remarkable deed could I complete that would help me deserve heaven? That seems to be the idea of many in our world today. I know that I'm going to get to heaven because I've been kind to my neighbor, and my neighbor is not really easy to be kind to. I know I'm going to go to heaven because I have given great donations to the church, and certainly God recognizes my giving there. I know I'm going to get into heaven because I have attended church faithfully for so many years now. When I was a kid, they used to give you a little bar if you attended church faithfully for a whole year. And the bar said perfect attendance. And then the next year, they gave you another one to hang below it, and second and third and fourth, until you finally had this dangling chain attached to your lapel to show your perfect attendance. Now, please don't get me wrong, I would not discount perfect attendance for Sunday school or church. I certainly believe those things are necessary. And I have no problem with honoring a person for their faithfulness. But even wearing that long list of bars at the pearly gates will not get you entrance into heaven. Jesus told the ruler he needed to keep the commandments, which excited him, by the way, because he said, wow, all these I have kept from my youth up. It's like I didn't even know it. I've already done enough to go to heaven. But Jesus began to talk to him about some other things in his life that tested his faith by saying, could you give up everything that you have here? And the Bible finally says that he went away sorrowful. He was not willing to give up everything to follow Jesus. Well, what kind of things might we boast of as our proper works for God and for heaven? You see, the passage says, by grace are we saved, not of works, lest any man should boast. I hope that we are not so proud of any one thing in the Christian life that we would consider it as our ticket into heaven. You see, recognizing God's grace helps us prevent boasting, right? It is my prayer today that we realize how important it is that we place our faith in Jesus Christ, not ourselves, and receive an entrance into heaven only by God's grace.